Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today is Tuesday. Finally, the day is here, March 10th. 6 states are for grabs. People are gonna go out there and cast their votes. Washington, Missouri, Idaho, Michigan, North Dakota. They're all up for grabs. It's very important. But before we get into all of that, obviously the results are not in. I want to talk about someone who got in the way of progress, got in the way of our movement, the progressive movement, and that is none other than Elizabeth Warren. I don't want to spend a long time on this. You know the backstory. You know how we got here. You know that she's been withholding her endorsement for a few days because for some reason she doesn't know who she he should I can even say it, who she should back. I can even say I'm so pissed because her endorsement matters, obviously to both Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, but especially to Bernie Sanders. She is so called a progressive. She identifies as a progressive. Most people follow her or decide to donate to her campaign because she called herself a motherfucking progressive. But also she at the beginning supported some of the progressive ideas that Bernie Sanders brought into the stage, brought into the conversation. Medicare for all is one of them. And she decided to back out. But that's another story. You know what happened. You know how we got here. You know she backstabbed Bernie Sanders. But now she's withholding her endorsement because of this.
For lay out the rationale for why not to endorse Bernie Sanders?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've talked to a few people, and of course, they're talking. They're asking to be anonymous to keep their to speak more freely, and they say this: she's not happy with Bernie Sanders. Why? He kind of stuck it to her, didn't he? Where did he go just before Super Tuesday? He went to Massachusetts, her home state. He campaigned in Boston. He campaigned in Springfield. He kind of almost seemed like he was poking at her, and his allies, some of his top surrogates, think the squad especially was saying some really difficult and tough things about Elizabeth Warren, saying it was basically time for her to get the heck out of the race. That really hurt her, I think, from at least what her campaign aides are telling me. And I think that was also a reason why she's in no rush to endorse a guy who used to be considered one of her closest friends in the.
Have you spoken with folks in and around the campaign?
All right, you heard her. You heard them. She is withholding her endorsement because she's heard that Bernie Sanders went to her state and campaigned for himself and the movement. She is hurt because Bernie Sanders did what every candidate did in Massachusetts, campaign for their own cause. Isn't that the whole fucking point of a primary? And someone tell me, isn't that the whole point of going and say, you know what, I'm gonna run for to become president of the United States. I'm gonna go and campaign in every single state, especially Massachusetts. Especially when Elizabeth Warren, she decided not to go out. She decided not to drop out, even though she was coming fourth place. She was like, you know what? I'm running for president. I need to win Massachusetts. Bernie Sanders said, I need to win Massachusetts. We need those delegates. I had to go on campaign. And she's like, how dare you to come to my state? You that's the only state I could really win. How dare you, Bernie? How dare you? She's very entitled. Very entitled. And she thought, like, oh, that's the only thing I could win. How dare you to come in here and campaign against me? I was like, you should have been out of the race. It would have been different if you're like, one or second place against Bernie Sanders. But that's not what's going on here. You're like fifth or fourth, barely with any delegates. You still in the race, bro? Are you now you're mad that he went into your state and campaigned for himself? And then nobody, she's actually more hurt that some of her surrogates from the squad, Alexander Ocasio Cortez, Ilham Omar, they all went and said in different occasions, you know what, it's time for Elizabeth Warren to just drop out and join the movement. It's time to come together and fight for the issues, because that's what we really went out there and decided to run. That's the reason why we're running. That's the reason why we're fighting, because we care about the issues more than ourselves, more than becoming president of the United States. Obviously, Bernie Sanders is running for president of the United States because he has no other fucking choice. In 2016, we know that Bernie Sanders pushed Elizabeth Warren, hey, you should run for president. I think you have a good chance of winning against Hillary Clinton. You know what Elizabeth Warren said? No, thank you. I'm afraid that I might lose against Hillary Clinton. So Bernie Sanders, you know what? Someone needs to push Hillary Clinton and the rest of the Democrats towards the issues that matter. I'm going to run for president. I'm going to make a case for the issues. He became really popular because of that. He's in the position he is right now because of that. Then Elizabeth Warren has the nerves to come out and say, you know what? I don't want to endorse your movement. I don't want to endorse the issues you represent and are trying to fight for, because you hurt me, Bernie. You hurt me. And your people, your Bernie bros, came and put snake emojis when I betrayed you. Remember when I backstabbed you in front of everyone on live TV? When I told you were a freaking sexist, a secret sexist, even though your record showed otherwise? I called you a sexist in front of everyone. And now your Bernie bros came after me. I'm so hurt because of that. And not even that, I'm so hurt your surrogates, the women's squad, came and told me to drop out. It's too much. I can't handle it. And then for the last thing, you decided to campaign me in my own state, and then you won, and then Joe Biden won. 2 men against a woman. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Until this day, March 10th, she hasn't endorsed anyone. She hasn't even endorsed the issues that she really cares about. She was so-called a progressive. She's not a progressive. I knew that since 2016. I knew that when she decided not to come out and support the Native Americans that were protesting the Dakota oil pipeline, or Dakota Access oil pipeline that were building in their sacred land. I knew that when she decided not to back up Bernie Sanders and she would hold her endorsement just because she thought she had a chance to go VP for Hillary Clinton. And now she is trying to play the victim, trying to play that she's hurt because the progressive movement is going against her. People for Bernie Sanders calling her a snake. She's only for herself. She only cares about herself. She only cares about becoming president. She only cares about the title first female president, just like Hillary Clinton in 2016. That's all she cared about. Hillary Clinton only cared about becoming the first female president. That's all she cared. The fucking title, making history. That's what Elizabeth Warren cared as well. She only wanted to have the title first female president. That's why she is in the position she is right now, because she stopped caring about the issues. She stopped giving a fuck about people. She only cares about herself. So no one should say that she's a progressive, because she's not. She's not. She never was. She only pretended to be to gain popularity. And that's who she really is. She's an opportunist. I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings. I'm sorry if you supported her campaign or you donated to her campaign. I know at the beginning we all thought that she might have been a progressive. She endorsed Medicare for all at the beginning, but guess what? She said later on, once she got criticized for it, you know what? I don't really think I want to push for Medicare for all anymore. And not because it's the right thing to do. It's because the establishment is pushing me to say something about Medicare for all and why I support it. And I don't have no answers because she doesn't really believe in it. She doesn't really believe in Medicare for all. She never did, and that's why she's in the position she is right now. She backtracked from Medicare for all. She went into the public option, and she came up with some BS policy that make no sense on how she was gonna pay for Medicare or for her public option. And she decided to say, "Oh yeah, I'm still for Medicare for all." We could call it the same thing. It wasn't the same thing. It wasn't. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I'm glad she's gonna become irrelevant. Actually, not. I don't want to say irrelevant, but I want irrelevant to the movement, to the progressive movement, as she should, because we cannot keep giving her opportunities to join back the movement. I hope she does the right thing. Man, that shame on you if you think she's gonna still do the right thing. She's not. And if she does decide to come back, that's because she's gonna see some opportunity in this movement. She's gonna backstab you again. She's gonna backstab us, everyone, because she doesn't care about the issues. She says she was for big structural change. There's no change on her. There's no change. And for all of you who are Elizabeth Warren supporters, it's not against you. It's not against you. I think you had the right intentions since the beginning. I know you care about, women having an important role in all matters of social life or structure. I understand that. I know you guys being looked down upon. I know you guys are not well represented in society, especially when it comes to when it comes to job opportunities or job titles. And I really believe that it's important for women to be in certain positions to change the dynamics and the power and the image. However, you should care first about the issues. The issues. You should earn whatever you get. You're not gonna earn it just because you're a woman. We should not give you the positions, or we should not just let you lie and get away with a lot of things just because you identify yourself as a woman, or as a gay, or as a minority, or as someone of color. It shouldn't be like that for anyone. Doesn't matter who. That's why I support Bernie Sanders as a minority, as a Latino man, because I care more about the issues than anything else. I don't care about anything. I care more about the issues because that really is going to help my community. It's going to help me as an individual. It's going to help my family, my brothers, my friends. But I rest my case. Let's see what happens today. And for me, Elizabeth Warren is no longer part of the movement. She never was, and she never will be.